Here's Marchand. That shot scores!
Everybody's favorite rat in Toronto gets the game winner, Brad Marchand, off of Morgan Riley and in. And that's a tough one for Wall to let up. Not his fault, obviously, but man, what a hell of a game. Before getting into the video, appreciate if you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the channel immensely. E-begging over. Yeah, I really had a fun time watching this one, even though I'm a little bit sleep deprived. At least fans, not to anger you when I say this, but I'm glad the Panthers won this game. I really would love to see this series go 6 or 7 because it's just a lot of fun hockey to watch from a neutral perspective. So let's get right into the scoring. Early on in the first period, Nyes, he gets us started.
Up high is Mitch Marner. Game winning goal off the post. Rebound. Scores!
Off a post shot, Nyes sticks there with the rebound. He buries it in the empty net. The Leafs go up 1-0. And then 5 minutes later, John Tavares would get his 4th of the playoffs.
Here's Pacioretty centering it. Tavares deep. Stuffed it in.
I gotta say, man, Patches has had a hell of a postseason. That was a beautiful feed over Tavares. Bobrovsky's just diving, trying to keep that out of the net. The Leafs get a big 2-0 lead. And then a little under 2 minutes later, Morgan Riley would get his first of 2 goals on the night.
On the boards, puck came loose. Barkov to the net. Scores!
Barkov with a goal there. I feel bad for Riley. He's just trying to make a play there off of his stick and in. It's a 2-1 game. Would also have to mention, I think Wall made some really good stops here on the power play. And then bink, right off the post. And then the Leafs going the other way. Marner on a breakaway, but Jones would prevent him to getting a clean shot. We go into the second period, and John Tavares would strike again.
Got it. Point the game to Nylander. Marner scores!
Tavares is just so good at the redirect. Great shot placement there by Marner, allowing a guy like Tavares to redirect that in. He's just so good at tip-in goals. The Leafs go up 3-1, and, you know, as a Panthers fan, you're probably thinking, ah, crap, this might get out of hand. But then we would have one of the weirder goals I've seen in the postseason.
Moved up. There's a pass for Rodriguez on the line.
Rodriguez off Reinhart, and because Carlo played it with a broken stick and it was gonna go in, they counted that as a goal. Didn't cross the goal line, but you can't play the puck with a broken stick. I admire the heart and soul there by Carlo, but can't do that. It's a 3-2 game. But then a minute later, Verhaeghe would get on the board.
And here comes Bennett. 2-on-1. Bennett in front. Scores.
That is an absolute beautiful feed by Bennett. Backhand right over to Verhaeghe. Easy tap and empty net. We got ourselves a tied game. 3-3. Then 10 minutes later in the second period, we got another one.
The other way, Nosek, along with Gadjevich, scores!
Nosek shoots it on net off of Gadjevich. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher that fucking pronunciation. He makes it a 4-3 game. We go into the third period with the Panthers having a lead. They had a strong second. They're hoping to continue, but Morgan Riley, midway through the third, ties it up.
There, Riley scores! Back in!
Riley just shoots it towards the net, off the defender in front. Again, we saw a lot of weird goals go in this game. And then, of course, the overtime winner by Brad Marchand off of Morgan Riley. So technically, not 2 goals. He had a hat trick tonight. 2 of them for the Panthers, 1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Really entertaining game, really good back and forth. In the overtime, I thought the Leafs had some really good chances early on, and then the Florida Panthers kind of settled things down. They were having a great cycle in the offensive zone, and then it was just kind of a matter of time. It was a weird one, and it just kind of showcases when you throw the puck on net, you just never know what can happen. The series is now 2-1. I think this was a weird one for both goaltenders, because there's a lot of goals I just can't put the blame at their feet. Really weird redirections and deflections, but this was a pleasurable game to watch. Game 4 is going to be an important one for the Panthers. If they can tie this series up 2-2, that's going to be a big bump for them. And as for the Leafs, a team that has traditionally struggled closing out series, if they win game 4, I think that's going to be pivotal for them. Give them a 3-1 lead, essentially having 3 chances to win the series. But if I'm a Leafs fan, the one thing I'll hang my hat on is I do like how they are playing. Let me know down below in the comment section who impressed you the most in this game. Got the Paul. See you in the next one.